This is the OAN segment where she is talking about the fraudulent voter thing that happened in the election. You know the thing.
Rion has more. While voter fraud deniers continue to proclaim the perfection of the U.S. election system, skeptics are looking at irregular patterns in vote data. In particular, software irregularities that would switch votes from President Trump to Joe Biden. Dominion Voting Systems is one such software that seems to have a pattern of switching votes from Trump to Biden.
No proof of that whatsoever.
How easily could bad actors have used Dominion to switch thousands?
So notice she made that claim. She doesn't actually do anything to support her claim. She instead goes on to the idea that it could be easily done. Not that it was done and here's the evidence it was done. It was that it's done and here's how easy it would be that it could get done. What she's about to say, nothing that she's about to say throughout this entire video supports what she was going to, what she initially asserted.
Thousands of votes and alter an election? County by county, the answer is shocking. One American News spoke with Ron Watkins, a large systems technical analyst who has been poring over the Dominion Systems manual.
Okay, he's been poring over the Dominion Systems manual, the instruction guide. I don't know about you, but I don't get much about the inner workings of any given thing by its instruction guide. Have you ever looked at your car manual? That thing is huge, and you're still not going to be able to read the car manual and know how to replace the engine. So he looked over the manual. He didn't read over any code. Nothing that this guy is about to say is really indicative of anything, because you can't look at the manual and just know these things.
I was looking at this manual with the mindset of a penetration tester, of which I am. I'm reading the manual with a discerning eye.
Oh, by the way, this guy has posted, apparently, I looked him up, apparently he's posted many, like, QAnon stuff, so, yeah, he's susceptible, his mindset is susceptible to conspiracy theory.
Trying to figure out which parts of the system could be abused by end users. The physical security of the device is the first step to security. If you can't secure the physical device, then you have no security. It's impossible to have security if you don't secure the physical device.
That statement that it's impossible to have security if you don't secure the device is slightly true, but it's my understanding that, like, there are encryptions and such that can be put onto software that makes it to where even if devices are stolen, it's still pretty damn secure.
Working off the Dominion
Which will be relevant later.
Manual and public request documents from Pennsylvania's Secretary of State, Watkins says the vulnerabilities of Dominion reside in the fact that administrative access is so easy to attain. With administrative access comes direct access to ballots and how they are counted.
So you have the issue of the person who is inside the tabulation machine, which is just a normal Windows 10 computer.
All right, most machines are just Windows computers. The clock-in machines that you use at work, those are just Windows computers, or some computer that runs some kind of operating system. I don't know what he expects. Does he expect like a DOS machine? Does he like expect Linux? Like I don't know. Like all machines has some kind of operating system.
Are they manipulating the votes before it goes to the flash drive? And then you have the next issue, which is now the votes are on the flash drive. How does that flash drive get to the county commissioner or whoever is assigned to accept the flash drive? Is the same flash drive being sent over? So you could swap the flash drive theoretically.
So what he's talking about right now is the process of getting the votes from one place to another. He's talking about the possibility that after the votes go through the tabulation machine, it goes onto a flash drive, and then they physically take it to some kind of precinct for the reporting of the votes. And he's saying, well, they could be swapped, which isn't even an issue with like the machines themselves. If to the extent that is an issue, which I'm not really sure that it is a big issue. If it is, it's an issue with the process, not necessarily the machines themselves.
There's no accountability there. And then once the county commissioner or whoever accepts that flash drive gets the flash drive, do you trust them to not go in and edit the contents before they report it?
In Michigan, one county reported 6,000 ballots being affected.
At some point, you have to trust people to not, like, do bad things. And like he hasn't really proven any evidence that the people who accept the vote tallies, the flash drive that has the vote tallies on them, even have the ability to go into the flash drive and change the vote tallies. He provided no evidence to that. So he's just making a baseless claim right now.
Because of a software malfunction. Catching this error meant the difference between that county voting Biden to that county actually having voted for Trump by 2,500 votes.
That's not true. There was a software error in Wisconsin that made the unofficial reporting jump up, but the official reporting never was affected by the software error. It was just the reporting that you saw on the news that was infected. So she just told a lie.
So another issue is the keys. The keys to the machine are digital devices. It's unclear what the device is. It might be like an RFID device or USB or something, but it is clear that it's a digital device that holds some kind of cryptographic key on it. If you lose this physical key, you lose absolute security of the entire precinct.
Until they take the code that belongs to that key out of the system. That's like saying that if you lose the key to your hotel room, now anybody that has that key can get into your hotel room. That's true if you don't get the code changed. If they lose the key, they just deactivate that key. It's more secure than like a physical lock and key.
So, for example, if, say, Philadelphia was storing these keys in a warehouse and they were robbed and the only thing stolen were these keys and a laptop, then you should consider their entire election to be illegitimate because they have lost the physical security of the system, which is the most important.
So that claim becomes very important very shortly, and you'll see why.
Part of information security.
And that's exactly what happened in Philadelphia just 1 month before the election. USB drives and a laptop had been stolen from a key precinct in Philadelphia. On Election Day, Biden overtook Trump's 800,000 vote lead in the dark of night.
Okay, it is true that a laptop and USB drives that had programming information for the voting machines were stolen in Philadelphia. However, what that guy said was that you need a laptop, and I guess it would be a specific type of laptop. So it's not even clear that the laptop that was stolen was the kind of laptop that they would need in order to do any type of voter fraud. Just based off of what this guy is saying, what it takes. That's not even like taking into account what the reality of what it would take to commit such types of voter fraud. And the flash drives that they took were not administration keys. So that is not exactly what happened in Philadelphia. A laptop and flash drive was taken. The laptop had no sensitive information on it and was deactivated as soon as they realized that the laptop was lost. So that laptop's now useless. And the USB drive were not used to make administrative keys. It was not an administrative key in itself. It was the flash drives that were used to program the voting machines. And once that flash drive is used, it is encrypted and given a code to match that machine, which means that it can only be used on that machine. In order to decrypt it would take, the guy said, a supercomputer millions of years to do. That's kind of a stupid way of phrasing it. I seriously doubt it will take millions of years for a supercomputer to decrypt those flash drives. But in order to do so, it will take a great effort. I highly doubt anybody that was involved in stealing those flash drives had the capabilities of doing.
According to these tabulating machines, Biden surpassed Trump by nearly 60,000 votes statewide, a lead found in one county, the county from which a thief stole USB keys.
Philadelphia would have went for Biden regardless of anything. Philadelphia is a big city. Big cities go overwhelmingly Democrats, usually. So I don't know why she thinks that, like, the fact that Philadelphia went for Biden is proof that this laptop and USB was used to add votes for Biden. And also, furthermore, something else I didn't mention is that all of these votes are backed up with a paper ballot. So even if they did have the laptop, USB was able to decrypt the USB, make the laptop useful despite being deactivated, and somehow figure out how to use all that software and hardware to make fake votes, they would also have to make fake ballots and be able to have those ballots. Those ballots would have to be able to track to real people. Like, I don't... Okay.
And a laptop to the precinct's ballot machines the month prior. Chanel Vian, One American News, the White House.
Want to see more?
It was nothing. That whole segment was nothing but one huge misinformation segment. I cannot stress that enough. They are actually platforming QAnon conspiracy theorists and putting them on as if they are experts, which that guy may know a lot about hacking, probably. But he's also a QAnon conspiracy theorist, which means that anything that he says, any of his opinions on this matter, are null. His mind is already susceptible to conspiracy theory.